Hello and welcome to my video. So this is the third part of my lucid dreaming series, and this part will be on dream science. To find this video useful, you already need to have at least an okay dream recall. You need to be able to have already written down some dreams. So it would be good if you maybe watched my last video if you're not up to that yet. I will link my previous videos if you need to watch them, but if you already have an okay dream recall, then hopefully this video will help you actually get lucid. So in this video I will be talking about what dream signs actually are and why they are useful, and I will be teaching you how to find your dream signs, and then how to select useful dream signs, and then what to actually do with them to get your lucid dream. Okay, so what are dream signs? Why are they useful? Well, so dream signs are basically just recurring themes in your dreams, so things that happen in your dreams a lot. This is why it is so important to actually be able to remember your dreams, because without remembering your dreams, you're not going to be able to analyze them. Dream signs serve as hints for when you're dreaming, which is why they can help you get lucid dreams. And an important thing to know is that every person has different dream signs, so they're very unique from person to person. Okay, so some of my dream signs, as an example, are trains. I also have a lot of dreams of being in shops. A lot of stores that are Korean, with Korean food, stuff like that. Some Korean drinks maybe, but there's other stores as well. And I have some other dream signs as well, but these are just some examples so you understand what I mean. They just happen a lot in my dreams. A dream sign can be anything. It can be a place, or a person, or an item, or a scenario. So some dream signs could be, for example, if you still have dreams about school despite graduating school, or you have dreams of a country that you've never been in, or you maybe have dreams about a specific person, or a video game character, or a video game. Or you have a lot of dreams about, for example, forgetting your clothes when you have a presentation. That is a type of thing that happens a lot to some people, so you just need to find your own dream signs. It can be any kind of thing like that. Okay, so hopefully you understand what dream signs actually are now, and why they're useful. So now on to how to find your dream signs. So since dream signs are personal, you have to look at your own dreams to figure them out. So the easiest way is to write a dream journal. You can watch my previous video for information on that. After you have a bunch of dreams written down, you can read through them and then note down what happened. So if you had a dream of going to the shops, and then you go to a train station, and then you go to school, right? You would just write down shops, school, trains, and then maybe some people you saw there, stuff like that. You just write some dot points for everything that happened. It doesn't have to be too detailed, just general ideas are usually okay. So how many dreams you have to read depends on how common your dream signs are, so it's just up to you. Once you start noticing patterns, things that repeat over and over again, that's basically your dream sign. So if your dream signs are very obvious, you might be able to skip some of those steps. Maybe you won't have to do the whole analysis, writing down dot points for every dream thing. For most of my dream signs, I just noticed that there were some recurring themes, but for others, I didn't even realize until I read some of my dreams back and then noticed that, for example, I wasn't wearing shoes in a lot of them. So you just want to collect some things that occur commonly in your dreams for now. So after you've done that, after you've identified some dream signs, you want to select the actually useful ones. So to make a useful dream sign, it needs to occur often enough in dreams. Obviously, if it only happened once or twice in your whole like dreaming time. So maybe like in a whole year it only happened twice. It's not really a dream sign at that point, so it's not very useful. But I think that would be obvious from the definition, right? But the less obvious one, I think, for some people is that a useful dream sign can't appear too often in real life. So if it appears too often in waking life, it's not really a dream sign, it's just something that happens a lot, both in waking reality and in dreams. So the best dream signs are ones that occur a lot in dreams, but not very often in real life. Some people actually say that dream signs are only things that are things that only occur in dreams, but I don't really find that as useful as dream signs that appear a lot in dreams and a little bit in real life still. And that is because it is actually helpful for me to have some practice in real life of recognizing these dream signs. So when they happen in real life, at least some of the time, that means I'm getting some practice recognizing them. And personally, for me, I find it useful. So, as an example, when I was in school, trains used to be my dream sign, and they were a really good dream sign because I would only go to train stations a few times a year because I walked back home and to school. So at that point it was a very useful dream sign, because if I was on a train or at a train station, most likely I was dreaming, but I still had some real life train experiences that I could practice being aware of my dream signs with. But once I started going to uni, I started using the train to go to university every day. So although the dream signs still happened as many times in the dream, since it happened so much in reality, it was just unrealistic for me to be aware every time I was in a dream and think, is this a dream? So it was much more useful for me when I was in high school. So that's just an example of how dream signs can be useful depending on the frequency they appear in, both in the dreams and in the real life. So, okay. Now, what do we actually do with the dream signs? So, there's one thing that you can do, which is reality checks, but there's some other things that they're useful for as well. So, the thing I use them for is usually reality checks. I will be making a more in-depth video about that topic in the next video, because it's a bit too complex to discuss just to discuss in this video. It will probably be too long in that case. So what you should do is, once you've analyzed your dreams and figured out your dream signs, when you see those dream signs in real life, if that is the type of dream sign that appears in real life, that is, then you stop and think, that's my dream sign. And sometimes just that thought is enough. I remember having my first lucid dream is basically just recognizing a dream sign. So I didn't do anything besides that. Okay, so what do you do if your dream sign doesn't appear in reality ever? Like, for example, it's going to outer space. So if you don't go to outer space, if you're not an astronaut, it's not going to appear in real life, most likely. So in that case, what I will do is, if you read a book about going to space, or if you see a picture of space or galaxies, then you think, that is my dream sign. So then hopefully when you're in a dream, you will think that as well. And sometimes that is enough. But as I said, you can also incorporate reality checks. So just a quick summary, reality checks are basically something you can do which will help you figure out if it's a dream or not. So for example, one that I used to a lot is counting fingers. So I just count fingers on one of my hands twice, and what happens in dreams is sometimes the number of fingers is different, or you count it twice and there are different numbers each time, or sometimes your hands just look a bit strange, so that will help you further realize that it's a dream. And as I said before, I will go more in depth about reality checks in a future video. Once you figured out your dream signs, just remember to keep that in mind and try to remember to notice them when you see them in real life or when you see something similar to them in real life. And as I said, you can also incorporate reality checks, which will be discussed further in the future video. Okay, so that is basically an overview of dream signs. Just to summarize, dream signs are just recurring themes in your dreams. It can be anything and they differ person to person. I told you how to find your dream signs. Usually it's by reading your dream journal. And to select a useful dream sign, you need to find something that occurs often enough in your dreams, but not too often in real life. So you can do that practice as I talked about, where you see your dream sign in real life and you think, that is my dream sign. Anyway, so in the next video, I will be talking about reality checks, talking about how to make them work, how to use them to the best of your ability, and how to make the most of them. And I will be also going through some ways to use reality checks, even if you don't know your dream signs. So try your best to find your dream signs now, while you wait for the next video, but if you don't find any, that's okay. There's still some techniques you can be using. Anyway, so that was just one technique, one part of a technique. So after I talk about reality checks, there's plenty more techniques that I can talk about. So different techniques work for different people. Personally, this type of technique is my favorite. But if you don't like it as much, if you don't have many things that occur often in your dreams, for example, there's other techniques that you can use. So don't give up. Just wait for some future videos and I'll share some other techniques as well. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful. Be sure to subscribe if you like this type of video, because I will be releasing more. And yeah, so good luck. I hope you have a good time finding your dream signs. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!